I wrote this tune, The Vampire's Revenge, because at that particular time, I was reading a lot of Anne Rice. I think I've read everything that she wrote, especially the Vampire Chronicles. The first time I read Interview with the Vampire, I was totally taken back. I mean, she took these characters and made them real. I always had it in the back of my mind, someday I'd like to do like a vampire series. And so while on my honeymoon, I started to write little sketches of tunes. And then I just let it go. After Quick Response, we would kind of figure out what I should do next. And we discussed it and we looked at the budget. I said, maybe we can try this. But before I try this, let me see who's available. And so I started emailing everybody. And it was amazing. As soon as I had schedules and I knew who was available and when, I actually started to write. I started in March. With the small groups, I couldn't get everybody to rehearse at the same time. So I would rehearse one musician at a time or two at a time. And then the first time the whole small groups got together was on the recording dates. And I had, every hour I had a different group come in. And these guys were so good. I mean, they were totally prepared. And we did everything, we got everything on the first shot. So that's what it was. So from like 12 to 4 or 5, I recorded 4 or 5 pieces. And that's what I kept doing with the smaller groups. Matthew Shipp came in totally prepared. We went in, sat down, we warmed up, we hit it off. 13 minutes straight without stopping, we got it. And so some of the tunes, like there's a tune on there called The First Day I had written a few years before. I thought that would be a good piece to put in. So I arranged that for alto and trombone. The Vampire's Revenge I already had, but I had a whole idea of incorporating a lot of free playing involved with written music. And so as I actually kept writing right up to the time of the dates. Because especially with the big ensembles, I kept changing things. And then I wanted to inject some humor, so I wrote some funny stuff. Because a lot of times in this kind of music, everybody takes it so seriously, and I think you should loosen up a little bit. And so I wrote some really funny stuff to go with it. Titles like Who's Your Dentist and Just One Last Bite. And I had my wife Carol. My wife Carol has been around watching me improvise, and she always sings along with me when I'm at home. And says, you know, you can do this. I want you to do this. I'm putting you on this record. And she did, and she came in and she just nailed it. It was sheerly off the top of her head when she started screaming, Just One More Bite. It was, the guys in the band loved it, and we had such a good time doing this. And everything just seemed to fall in place. The musicians, the schedules, the playing. I was absolutely thrilled.